Good morning. Let me scooch you guys back over here a little bit. I dropped the webcam yesterday, so repositioning it might take a little bit of work to get it where it was, but this should be fine for now. But yeah, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have finally finished up our Pokemon Legends ZA playthrough, which was very entertaining. The last VOD is processing now on YouTube, so by the time this one's up on YouTube, that one should be live as well, so you can go watch the whole series there. I've been trying to clip bits of it as well, that were entertaining, but yeah, we completed the whole main story. Not planning on streaming any post-game stuff, though I might play a little bit of post-game, and I'm not planning on getting the DLC, but I did really enjoy the game. There are a lot of flaws, in general with like modern Pokemon games. All those flaws I think shine the strongest, unfortunately, in the first few hours of the game, which is why I think people are being like, I think, a little too harsh and a little too negative online about it. But if the game is fun enough for you to push through those like tutorial hours, basically, there is a really fun core experience in there, and I really like the I think like after Canary's like introduction, like all the main missions afterwards kind of had a bit of a punch to them as well, so that was a lot of fun. And then we are a variety channel if you're newer to the channel from that, so that we will be playing, maybe one day we'll play more Pokemon in the future. That's definitely possible, especially if they do more stuff with the Legends franchise. And then we will be playing Age of Imprisonment when that comes out. I think is currently our next big playthrough, because this week we are going to spend on Blocktober. We were doing Blocktober stuff before ZA dropped, and then we kind of put it on pause for a bit afterwards, which it's only been like maybe a week or two. It's been forever though, so we are going to I was originally on the planning going to jump into like art pass stuff today. There's still some gameplay stuff I want to do first, so I think we're going to focus on that for this week and for the end of Blocktober technically, and then I'd like to do like polish and visual art pass stuff, the final details of that, next month when we revisit it before Wicked releases. So that's currently my plan, because there's also some stuff visually like cosmetics and like certain effects that I need to do research for off stream, and I've been very busy with editing like 3 different videos and stuff this month, as well as trying to play Pokemon, having the sick day and stuff. So it's been very busy getting ready for everything, so I haven't really had time to work on this off stream. So today we're just going to ease back into the project with some balancing. I did fix the navigation issue that we were having last game dev stream, so we can test that out. But the good witches are now able to come with you into combat zones, and I want to give the good witches some buffs as well. I kind of gave them some support weapons, so that way you still have to do all the work, but honestly they aren't really doing too much with the support weapons. If anything, like Lacosta's like frost grenades can kind of hurt you a little bit more at the end of the day. So yeah, in conclusion, I'm wanting to give them some different weapons, and then we do still need to playtest. We've rebalanced some of the values on the Wicked Witch fights, so we do need to playtest that. So not too much like changing stuff today, just more small balance stuff, but we haven't just been playing through those fights as much, so we're gonna spend today doing that. And then if there's any visual gameplay things, like I'm tempted to look into hooking something up. It would be a lot of work, but if we wanted to do it, we'd need to do it this week. Hooking up achievements for if you fix everything in the zone, you also get an achievement, and I'd like some sort of visual feedback to play as well. So maybe like in Munchkin Land, confetti rains down, and NPCs spawn in after that. Maybe in like the southern region, like stuff turns pink and like there's pink sparkles and stuff. I'm not sure yet, but I'd want something like that to be done at the scale for each region, but that way you know area is fully complete, right? We don't really have any rewards or any feedback in for that because I'd have to kind of make a counter and hook up every single button again, which was kind of tedious the first time. But I think I might want to try that out. So I'm not sure specifically what we'll be doing, but we'll either hook that up for the rest of our game dev streams this week, or we will do something else in terms of gameplay connected to existing visuals and the map. But yeah, full art pass stuff I think we'll save for next month so I can start it off stream as well. And we'll just focus on gameplay polish this week and just take it easy today because I'm still tired from yesterday, and the game dev streams this week are going to be about an hour each. I know we were pushing for waking up earlier and doing 2 hours with the Pokemon streams, but I don't want to burn myself out because this Saturday is our annual Extra Life charity stream. If you guys are newer to the channel in the past year and haven't seen me do one of these, then it is a lot of fun. Every year we raise money for Extra Life. We play for the Anne and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. It shows Chicago some love right now, especially. And it says second year. I've been doing this a few more years than that. I've been doing annual charity streams for a while on the channel with a bunch of different charities, but I started doing Extra Life specifically through like my first industry job didn't work with Extra Life, but Extra Life likes to partner with a lot of game dev companies and streamers, especially. They have the little gaming logo. That's kind of game day is the first Saturday of each November, so this upcoming Saturday, and that's when they partner with a lot of different people and have a lot of different streamers going to make the big bucks and raise a lot of money for charity. So that was my introduction to it was through the industry. However, after that round of layoffs, obviously I wasn't really tied to it so much anymore on a team perspective. I was on a team anymore, but you can run solo and you can raise money solo. So last year was my first year running Extra Life solo and on my own. First time doing a truly solo fundraising effort since I was like in college. But you know what? It was the most we'd ever raised for charity. We raised $405 last year. And because of hitting those milestones, that's why we've been playing Extra Life, or that's why we've been playing Elden Ring this year, and that's why we will be playing Elden Ring for the charity stream. So how this will work is we'll be streaming 2 12-hour sessions across Saturday and Sunday. And all of Saturday will be Elden Ring, and then the first 8 hours of stream on Sunday will also be Elden Ring, and then the last 4 hours on Sunday will be one mega max turn Mario Party Jamboree match. So lots and lots of fun. Our milestones to hit, I've set our current goal for 350, though there are hidden milestones if we hit that. If we want to beat our record of 405, there is a reward for that will become visible if we hit our initial goal. And I think if you've been a fan of the Elden Ring stuff so far, I think it will interest you what that next milestone is. So 50 is chat makes a latte, 100 is Rosalina costume for Mario Party, 150 both my character and Elden Ring gets a makeover and I try to replicate it as someone not good at makeup. 200 I will do a holiday baking stream. We did our first one last year and made gingerbread cookies, which was a lot of fun, so we'll do that again. 250 is your guys' favorite. Chat makes me a sandwich. I put a bunch of ingredients on the screen. You guys use a screen clicker to pick your favorites, and I have to make a sandwich with all of said ingredients. It is horrible. You guys love it. We do it every charity stream. 300 is a promise to beat Elden Ring. I've technically said I will just play it on a monthly basis, and the end of the year is fast approaching, but I will promise to stick it through until we beat it, and get the credits on an ending if we hit 300. And then 350 we will do Resident Evil 9 next year when that comes out, which I have not fully played a Resident Evil game. I like to watch them just comfortably as the one not in control. So if you want to see me get easily spooked, that's what'll happen. We also have some incentives, including for $5 or for any amount donated really, you will be entered in a raffle to win this custom Erd tree bag that my mom made. She crocheted it. There's like little sparkly bits in there. I've been showing it off on stream. I'll have it up in the background all weekend. I've been keeping it safe in the closet so that my cat does not destroy it or even interact with it. I'm trying to keep it in the best condition that I possibly can. But that bag will be available to anyone that donates directly to Extra Life. And then that is for any donation. If you donate $10, you get that, and I have to eat a Bean Boozled beam, which they're either good or they're really, really bad. $25 gets you, I have to eat 2 Bean Boozled beams. You get a bonus raffle spot, so 2 raffle spots at that point. And then I have to add a hair accessory. I'll have hats, I'll have hair clips, I'll have headbands, I'll have a bunch of stuff that you guys can pick from, or I can just randomly draw one as well. And then for $50, you get all of the previously mentioned things, plus you get to add a character to our Sims 4 Love Island challenge that we'll be doing later this year. It can be an existing character in the lore, could be a brand new character, up to you guys for that $50. So yeah, this is going to be up here. I am going to also match the revenue of whatever we make over the weekend. So whatever active subs we have Saturday morning, I will put in a donation matching that. The full $6 value is what that's worth in America. So I will multiply all the tier 1s by 6 and make a donation Saturday morning. So I'm guessing currently with the number of active subs, I think we are going to hit Chat Makes a Latte before stream even starts. So in that case, that will be the first thing we kick off with, which will be good. You guys can make me my coffee. But that's going to be a lot of fun. And even if you can't donate, just being here, just hyping up the stream, even if you're just lurking, getting those numbers up, knowing that people out there are enjoying the content really helps me push through the full 24 hours of streaming. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But that's that. Like I said, we're just doing a short, like 1 hour stream today. We got like 50 minutes now, so I will jump right into our little project here. So for those that haven't seen this project, it's actually a continuation of our Blocktober project from last year, which is Wizard of Oz themed, hence the timing of Wicked coming out and all of that. So what this is a little tycoon where all of these areas will start off in a partially destroyed state, and what you do is you passively generate money and stuff, and that money will let you fix up the area and also unlock more areas. And each time you unlock a new area, the amount of passive income goes up, but at the same time prices go up to fix things. Each area also has a witch, wicked or good. So this first one here, this would have a wicked witch for you folks to fight. In this mini boss battle, up here we have the good witch of the north, so you can hire her to accompany you. Over here we have the wicked witch of the west. She is a big boss battle, with minions spawning in a much bigger castle layout. And then down here we have Glinda of the south, is where she is in the books, which I'm not basing this off of Wicked. It's just coincidentally timed because Wicked's not open copyright stuff, so why would I be inspired by it legally? So I put Glinda in the south because that's where she is in the books. But she can also be hired as well. And then the big end goal is getting here to the Great Jonesy of Oz and the Emerald City, which still needs a little bit more artwork, but believe it or if you think this is ugly, this is like 10 times better than where we left it last year. Last year this was in a very clearly block out state, and now at least it's using art assets of some kind. But here features stuff where like we have Toto in here, for example. And then we also have, there'll be cosmetics here, changing booths, and then we have a weapons vendor up here if you want to buy any more stuff. And then we have portals to take you and kind of fast travel you back to anywhere if you want. So that is the current game loop, and this currently the save state works kind of at the basic level where you'll keep your gold and you'll keep your items, but other than that, the game will reset every time. So if you save up a ton of gold before you hit quit, right, then everything will be locked, but you'll be able to kind of speed run all the way to like Oz and get that maximum passive income back. Whereas if you spend all your money before quitting, you would have to grind a little bit more. So there's a bit of strategy in where you choose your stopping point as well. And if you want to save money for the next one or not. And also, ways to make more gold in each area is you can do little farming sim activities to cash in gold. Again, increases across the map. But if you want to just passively generate gold, then you can enter these little areas that are combat areas, and you can get XP from those if you're here to XP farm, and that also increases around the map. But doing anything like there's time XP, I think there's, I forget. Actually, no, there's not movement XP on this map, but there is time XP. Like fixing any of these houses gets you XP, and all of that, as well as doing anything, freeing the good witches, defeating the wicked witches gets you large amounts of XP, unlocking new areas gets you XP, so there's lots of ways to get those bigger amounts if you're here to XP farm, which everyone playing Fortnite creative maps are to an extent. So I wanted to make sure that was up and functional. These bangs just keep curling into my eyes. It's like too curly on... It doesn't look like it on stream, but there's a curly piece that's been just going directly into my eyeball. Also, right now, debug, this is set to almost 1 million. It won't be. It will be 1 coin, but I need to... We gotta get moving. But yeah, so you'd fix things like so. So yeah, let me try this first fight with our initial weapons then. But yeah, I can't speak, the coffee's not hitting me. We're revisiting the Oz Tycoon stuff because we made like 3 or 4 maps, I think, for this, for UEFN this year and last, and this one by far did the best on release. And even though none of my maps had like long-term like visitors afterwards or anything, maybe increase her shield even more again. Kind of tempted to increase her shield even more. Especially if people play multiplayer, she's gonna get like 1 shot. But yeah, I think there's even a couple people still to this day that will like come on an XP farm in this map, even though I don't interact with like my Fortnite UEFN stuff really at all anymore. There was definitely a time where I'm like, could I? And I think if I put more time and marketing into it, I could. So I was tempted to like go all in on this stuff, but I think it would also take a bit away from just streaming in general for me, and I've kind of leaned into doing video editing more in my free time, and that's what I would do if I needed work again, would be to build that skill up. Hi, look, Asta. Come here. Yummy. Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff basically when we hit the end of November last year. I was pretty happy with the first pass. It definitely felt like it was my first Tycoon map, so it's very special. Girl! But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I felt was unfinished and kind of, I was like, well, it's just like a first pass of a Blocktober map, so it's supposed to be in a rough state, you know? But I was like, I would like to go back and put a lot more hello? A lot more time and effort into it one day. Oh my god! So that's what we're doing this year. I think for next year's Blocktober, we'll definitely do a brand new, like, solo project. And keep it to, like, either, like, a weekend game jam or, like, a month's worth of work. And keep it much smaller scale even than this. I'll probably just keep it in Blockout as well. Just in this original spirit of Blocktober, which for those that don't know, Blocktober is kind of like the level design equivalent of Inktober, Arttober, whatever creative Tober you celebrate. Which is where the original spirit of Inktober is like, I believe, just drawing something, even if it's a quick doodle, but drawing something related to a certain theme each day. So there are themes. I have friends that actually run and make themes for Blocktober as well. But also it's kind of a thing where it's very loose. You can do whatever you want. Some people make it like kind of a learning goal. They're like, okay, I'm going to try to do something new for Blocktober, or like learn level design every single day. Some people stick to the theme. Some people it's just kind of like a portfolio review to be like, hey, it's Blocktober time, here's like some blockouts I've done in the industry in the past. And then yeah, what I like to do is I like to do like little special projects for specifically October, separate from whatever it is we're working on the channel. So right now we've been doing a lot of, oh god. Right now we've been doing a lot of work remaking, oh god. Okay, I think she's at the right scale. I think she's at the proper scale. We've been doing a lot of Blocktober, or we've been doing a lot of main game dev work, remaking some arenas from Kid Icarus Uprising in Unreal Engine 5. We've got 3 of them down, and we're just using Unreal's Lyra template. We haven't really done a gameplay overhaul because Lyra's kind of a bitch to do a gameplay overhaul on. But I do think I want to continue that project throughout next year. I would maybe like to start up another one alongside it, or maybe do some like one-off streams where I like learn Blender or something, or focus on a different skill. I think we could do some fun Blender streams tying back into it, like learn Blender to make like the little angel tombstone things that spawn in when you die, and then we could import that into our project to get that applied learning kind of down. Oh no. The reload on this sucks. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna come back to her with Glinda and with better weapons. I like that. Let's now go grab the weapons from the Emerald City. But yeah, I think Nessa still could be bumped up a little bit. Just so that it's not super easy for the first boss. I do want it to be an easier short, like she's truly a mini boss compared, but she's dying a little too quickly. Like instantaneously dying. We don't want that. Galinda! Okay, we will definitely replace this at some point. We should probably, maybe we'll replace the barriers, like, on Halloween or something. Because the culling on them is weird to begin with. It depends if I can find any good effects that I like this week. And that depends on... Oh, we can have Toto too? Let's go. And that depends entirely on if I can... get all these videos done. I mean, I got the Elden Ring one and the Extra Life one, so I'm just doing the actual full editing pass on the next video essay, which is about the development of Zelda games, which is going to be very fun. I'm very nervous about it. I feel like the video essays that do best on the channel are the ones that I make a bit clickbaity, a bit not full rage baity, but like, are bad games bad, for example. And then still our biggest video to date is the like, I don't read tutorials, I want to play them. Like stuff that if a very angry person came across, like the thumbnails aren't really clickbaity, but if like an angry person came across the title, they'd be like immediately in the comments like, what are you talking about? Are you stupid? Like that type of stuff, which I've gotten a few. I've only had to delete a few comments off of videos total though, so I'm very grateful. Like even some of the spicier ones, like as long as they're not directly mean and as long as they're constructive, I'll leave them up because I want people to talk about. I want people to be able to disagree with me, right? I want people to be like, well, I have an opinion on this too, and here's my point of view. How did we do worse? Toto! Oh lord. So yeah, but I get nervous when it comes to like trying to be clickbaity for like specific fandoms. I'm like, am I gonna get killed? Currently the video title I have in mind for the next video essay is why we should never get the same Zelda game twice or something like that. I want to work on the phrasing a bit more. Glenda! Come back! Is Toto getting? I think Toto's killing her! Yo! Toto! Toto knows a ball! So she does drop a basic pumpkin launcher, but you can buy a better one. Yes! Toto, come here. It's me, boy! Oh, he's in like a- I didn't know he'd be in like a rage state permanently or something. No! Toto, it's me. It's me. Okay, I think I want... Okay, well I'm kind of torn because I like the minions still like running around and like trying to attack you so that way you can still XP from them. Though actually I don't think they're giving any XP. Now I think about it. No, they're not. Okay, so then in that case they need to despawn after the battle's won. Because you could always just reset the game if you want to fight it again. So let's start there. But yeah, this next video essay I'm nervous about because it's talking about, and I don't really reach a like certain conclusion anywhere other than the kind of basic bitch answer of, well, I like all Zelda games, but like it feels like that's a very unpopular opinion to have on the internet. So yeah, this is a video breaking down like why do some people swear that like Breath of the Wild's not a Zelda game. And the answer I've kind of come to, spoilers I guess for the video, but it'll be a video talking about like the development jump from one Zelda game to a next, like why is Zelda 2 different from Zelda 1? Why is Link to the Past different from Zelda 2? Why is Link's Awakening different from Link to the Past? Like why each game came into development to be different, but they couldn't have become so different if the predecessor was any different. Biggest example being like, I don't think Twilight Princess would be Twilight Princess if we hadn't gotten Wind Waker, the cartoony water-filled world in the alternate timeline. I don't think we would have gotten Twilight Princess if they tried to make a Twilight Princess immediately after like Majora's Mask and Ocarina, and take that step to keep going even darker with the franchise. I think the franchise in general would have lost that whole whimsical side of it, and a lot of games would have been lost, and as a result I think Twilight Princess wouldn't have had that like teen rated balance. I think it would have either went darker, which people probably want. I would love a mature rated Zelda one day. But I think it would have either went too like, maybe not darker, but almost too edgy. There's like a gothic beauty to Twilight Princess. I fear it could have went too like Call of Duty edgy type of stuff, which doesn't really fit Twilight Princess, at least as we know it, or it could have not gone hard enough. They could have like pumped the brakes and backpedaled and not gone into that aesthetic as much because they were too scared to take a risk. But because they took such a risk with Wind Waker being so different and then swapped back to taking a separate risk in the opposite direction, I think that strengthens both games a lot more. So I think Breath of the Wild gets a lot of hate. It's kind of like, it's almost the closest we have to a remake of the original game itself, but Ocarina answers the question of what do the original games feel like in a way that focuses on like the feeling of the adventure in a very scripted way, where the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom games answer it in a like, well, the gameplay is about adventure is about exploration, and it's about your choice if you want to enjoy the story and take in a lot of it, or if you want to just scramble around the open world. Like, it's about what you choose to do on your adventure, versus Ocarina and a lot of the scripted games following it is about the story and like the set adventure beats that everyone's going to experience on their playthrough that are going to be a lot more polished because it's scripted. So I think they're just two very different answers, but Breath of the Wild's the new kid on the block, right? And Ocarina's had a lot of titles that take that formula and do their own spin on it in the franchise. So I think it's very hard to pull away from the Ocarina kind of driven game design of Zelda, despite Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom trying to tap back to something older than that. But again, my takeaway is I like all Zelda games. They're all Zelda to me. But I try not to be too harsh on like whenever people bring up the, well, actually I don't like debate, because there's a lot of Zelda games. You do not have to like all of them. There are a lot of Zelda games. I would be very surprised if anyone did like all of them. 100%. Like, I think people will say the CDI games. I don't know about Tingle's like Rupee Roseland or whatever. I don't know about that one for me. That's probably my exception. Okay, I can. Let's add it here. Yeah, I try not to be too harsh. It's more like, I'm trying not to make this next video essay like an opinionated one too much, even though it's clearly stemming from a very strong opinion I have. but rather trying to connect it to like really studying, well, why is this phenomena on the internet happening in the first place, and doing more of a research-based take on it. I was reading a lot of the Iwata Ask articles, which another thing that got me into game dev in the first place. I read those all the time growing up. So it was fun to go back and read all the Zelda ones. And there's a lot of great quotes. I open with a quote from one of them. So I'm excited for the video. I just have to get all the Zelda game footage into the video now. I have the music pass done, lots of good music in there. I have the voiceover done and edited. So just adding everything else. So we're already doing a lot of stuff on Eliminated. With the Wicked Witch trackers, I forgot we already are incrementing progress on stuff. We already have increments active in this project. So I should be able to do something similar for like area progression. I think it's more the thought of connecting every single device. I must have blacked out last year and thought absolutely not. So where are all our West combat? I guess we need the... What's the name of all our minions spawning in? If you're Elfie, then where... West fight. There we go. And then despawn. Or maybe just, I forget what we set the other ones to. Maybe just disable and then we do despawn on disable. I know that's a setting. Yeah, despawn guards when disabled. Okay. I think we did all our changes through here, so that should work. I think, honestly, Elfie's pretty tough, and I think that's what we want there. We are gonna give her sister a boost, because I think she's a little too easy. I think we already increased your shield. Or let me look at the values that just go back and forth between these two. What's your sister's health and shield? A 1,000 with 500 shield. She has 600 health. Is it just because we're using like the dually pistols? Do I need to give us a weaker weapon maybe? That might be it. Maybe just a higher shield would help. I'm gonna bump it up to 300. Maybe 650. So 100 kind of across the board. Because I have died to her before, so I don't want to really overdo it, but Seems to be a little tougher. Let's go in and swap out. We didn't really get to see Glinda's gameplay too much. Let's see, what are your... Or wait, can we do that in here? Or that might be what we do. I think we do that in here instead. I don't like any of these weapons. Can I pull up the weapons in this view? So I know what to search in the other view. Content, weapons. Yeah, we have the pumpkins. I don't think they need teal weapons. I need the player to do most of the work. Is there anything frosty themed? I wanted something like snow and ice themed, so that's why I went for like the frost grenades, but those are just like injuring the player a lot more. So I don't want that. Maybe like a shotgun would work. They give you too many good weapons. Where's the trash? Modular gatekeeper. You know what? Why? Frostfire? Does that have a lower version? Please? Is that just the best of the best? I want that, but just less damage. That looks like it's gonna one-shot somebody. Frost. Just do frost in general? Anything? Man. Look at all the stars on that. I can't give a character that. Let's try the modular one. Combat shotgun? No, that's not it. Who are you? Modular gatekeeper? Just try gatekeeper? And they all have different names in here. Great. I can't see the thumbnails are so tiny. Will it really not let me assign this in her settings? That is so silly. That's so silly. You know what, sure, she can have the work in progress shotgun just so we can see if we like it. That's something I can look into later. And then Glinda already has a gun. So let's push up. Or not check in. Hold on, just push. And then we'll probably have time to run everything through like one more time. Very short stream today. And then is to work for me. Is to work for me. I haven't drank enough of this coffee yet. That's why I've been all over the place. But yeah, since we have challenges with the increment already, restoring like Munchkin Land and stuff, that should be pretty easy. And then if I could have like those challenges just increment themselves up into a Restore Oz challenge. I think I only want to have 2 challenges up on the screen though, so I'd probably then hide the Good Witch challenge and make that like a hidden optional one. And have the Wicked Witches be the required ones. God damn. There we go. I don't know what to do now that I've beaten Pokemon. I mean, I'm definitely still gonna use it and plan out all my little outfits, but... what does one do? Ooh. No, stop. Enough. Leave me alone. Made it a little better. I don't know. It might be nerfing the player more. I feel. That might be the goal. Which should be okay, because if players pick up like this blue tactical assault rifle, then I feel like they are still good. Like balance-wise in the upcoming fight, so I don't feel the answer is giving Nessa something even stronger. I feel the answer is taking away from the player more. Maybe we just, or maybe we still give him a green, but just like a singular pistol. I've been giving dual pistols just out of my own preference, honestly, so that I can complete the game. Maybe it's time to make that jump. I forget if there's common of dual pistols. If so, I want to drop it down to that. If not, a green of like a common pistol might be best. Girl, where are you? Come on. Come on. But yeah, definitely the strat here. If you want to just, if you're not here for the gameplay loop, you're like, I'm just here for my XP, and your map will do it. Just get Toto. Just get Toto. Let him loose in here. He'll handle the rest. Girl, get up here. Get up here. Girl, are you locked in? Oh! She is not. You need to lock in now! This is why they don't put you in the movies and stuff. What are you doing? Dismiss and then yes, come here. Through here. Okay, there might be more nav issues in here than I thought. I wish they let you preview the nav mesh in this. I really do. They're like, oh well, I think they assume all the nav's gonna work because it's their assets. I'm finding bugs. It's not. And that was on me. It's not working. Okay, so Lacosta's doing better, I guess. I'm gonna grab both her and Glinda and see what is going on. If they both keep doing that, then there's another nav issue going on. Which sucks. I guess the easy thing would be to add more destroyed pieces to the fronts of that. I don't really want to do that, but that's the easy fix. And the sensible one. I'd like to just see what is causing— I don't like to fix bugs if I don't know what's causing them in the first place. I mean, you have to at a certain point. I absolutely will. But yeah, it's very hard to be like, oh, well, just fix it. It's like, I don't know what's causing it. Which means I don't know if my fix will work. I don't know if I don't know if this thing will come back. I don't know if this thing's breaking something. That's really the main concern is if I don't know what's causing it, I don't know what else is being broken. So like if it's a nav issue with an asset and it's like, oh, well, just fix your instance of it. It doesn't matter why it's breaking. Well, if that asset's being used throughout the game, you gotta know, right? Ladies, can we— what is over there? Yes, come here. They're just looking at me. Like, what do you want me to do? Fight back! And you know what? Actually, the NPCs aren't— I bet it's these doorways. Don't allow nav through them. Or actually, did we? No, I just copied and pasted this in. What time is it? I'm gonna take them over. The only other I want to see their combat in action, so I'm gonna take them over this way. We keep running into nav issues and we can't preview the nav mesh. It's breaking my heart as a level designer. I'm like, I could fix the problem if I would just know what the problem is, please. Please. I just need to know. That is the one thing about using like Fortnite's art assets, is there's a lot of them. It's really great. But yeah, Fortnite's also like, also you can't make any changes whatsoever to them because they're ours. Which is cool, but when you find bugs with them, it really sucks. Yeah, get him, get him. Okay, cool. So they're not doing a ton of damage to them, but they are like dragging their attention away. And that's what I wanted them to do. So they are performing as I wanted them to. They just aren't navigating properly. I technically have 6 minutes until work. Let me try. You know what? I'm just going to try and I'll keep this open if it works. I delete these. Do I have like a broken piece I can... Do we have snapping on? Yeah. I'm just gonna do something like this for now. And assume they can walk through that? Or should I just leave it fully open? Just not even risk it. You know what? I'm gonna move these up here so I can just like snap them down. I'm gonna move these up here. And if it works, I'll bring them back down. But I'm gonna leave this fully open. And see if that changes anything. Oh, and I need to change. No, I needed to change my weapon. No. Stress. I probably should have woken up earlier, and these streams should be longer, but like I said, I don't want to burn myself out before the charity stream. I'm going to need all the energy I can get. Let me... Won't be accurate for here, but let me go ahead and... Dual pistol... At level 2... I think I have it already as low as it'll go. Regular pistol... The combat pistol... Flint knock pistol... thermal pistol. That looked kind of cool. I won't be in for this run, but maybe. Cat is just snoring next to me, just absolute snoozing. Oh. Hello? Hi. It isn't. I guess we'll see if it's any good. But I'm just going to run right up to La Costa, just grab her, run, and if she can walk through and get into the fight, then we'll end stream there. I mean, we're gonna have to end stream there regardless of the results, but I want y'all to see the results. And then I will fix and work on stuff depending on what the result is. But yeah, for set dressing next month, it's kind of stuff where I don't want to change like this. We have the structure pass of everything, but like, I'd like to add maybe more furniture in the houses. I'd like to add maybe more foliage and like trees covering the paths. I'd like to, those big ramps up to like the witch castles. I'd like to add more arting around those. So a lot of set dressing and a lot of swapping out again, like any, current placeholder effects we have for like the barriers and stuff, swapping them out, making sure that things are snapped correctly, making sure that collision is working correctly because it is not on these trees, trying to add rocks over areas like this that are a little too ugly and a little too warped. I know that's like the Fortnite kind of style with the landscape, and a lot of the landscape has areas where it is rock and not stretched, but trying to polish it up a little bit more because I know Fortnite also has the resources to do that. So that's what I want to focus on stream next month. Oh my god, I thought she fell off. Girl. It was a nav issue. They can't navigate through the doors that they were like given to navigate through. Okay, this still isn't bad. You just have to be very precise with it. I like that balance. Okay. So it was indeed a nav issue with those, so I will do a pass on those doorways in... I think it would be cool to still have somewhere you can slip through, but like since the enemy NPCs can't either, they're also equally a bit trapped. But yeah, I will get this all checked in, I will get that nav sorted, and we will continue with this. Again, I'd like to, it depends how much research I can do, but I'd like to, for our Wednesday, Friday streams, focus on maybe incrementing challenges and maybe a few visuals for when you fully, renovate and fix up an area of Oz, also getting an achievement and also having some sort of visual play to celebrate that. I think that would be the last big feature that I want to implement that I wanted to do last year but didn't really have the time. So I will look into doing that, and hopefully that can be our focus for the rest of the week. But yeah, like I said, Blocktober stuff this week. We'll revisit it again for Art Pass stuff next month during the week Wicked comes out, and then Extra Life is this weekend for 24 hours total of streaming. So I cannot wait to see you all there. I cannot wait to keep working on this. I gotta go to work. So thank you all for hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your Monday.